Your Virgin Galactic went public through a SPAC merger, but since then, I think it's easy to argue that SPACs are not quite as in favor. Many of them are trading well below 10. In fact, NextGen 1, which did its deal and closed its deal on Friday, is well below its issue price of 10. So why a SPAC choice here in terms of going public, and why now?
Well, we had a very good experience with Virgin Galactic with a SPAC. We were approached. We hadn't even heard of SPACs at the time. We were approached, since we've been public, we've raised money for the company. We've taken some money out to help the other Virgin companies, and investors have done very well. And one of the people that set up NextGen, George Mattson, is somebody that we know well. He's on the board of Delta, who obviously are partners with us through Virgin Atlantic. He's on the board of Virgin Galactic, and he had seen what we were doing with Virgin Orbit. He saw what we did with Virgin Galactic, and we agreed to effectively merge with him, and so in doing so, we've managed to raise. We will raise some money for the company, and I think it's a very positive step for Virgin Orbit.
Right, and preferable though to a traditional IPO.
We believe so, in that traditional IPOs are very time-consuming, and we found that yes, I know that SPACs have had a slight hiccup in the last 2 or 3 months, but by and large, they've done extremely well, and our experience of them have been very good.
Yeah. Well, let me come to you, Dan, and talk about the financial expectations for this company. Certainly 2022 to 2023 would appear to be an important year, looking at your sort of financial summary. And I wonder, in 2023, I believe you have here in your deck, only 10% of your active contracts are locked in. So how can you feel confident about that financial summary you've given your investors, which obviously calls for what, 352% revenue growth year over year from 21 to 22, and then 375% from 22 to 23?
We have a pipeline that is currently at about $4 billion that spans through about 24 or into 25. So there's an enormous market that is growing in the small satellite market. We've got 300 million in active contracts and LSAs, MOUs, and letters of intent. So with that, we're seeing huge momentum. I mean, remember that we just launched successfully in January, launched again in June, and put up our first 17 satellites. So we've got huge momentum coming off of those events. Our business development team is not getting any sleep at all. We've signed quite a few deals, which you've seen kind of come out in the public over the last few months. So we're quite optimistic as we climb, into operation.
Right, and optimistic enough that what happens to those deals, Dan, that that are not locked in? Do they become locked in closer to 2023? Does that change?
The average launch contract is about a 12, sometimes 18-month contract, and so those initial agreements will get turned into launch service agreements, and then we'll execute.